Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I thought I'd do a quick video today before I head out to the Cardinals game to see my Cardinals play the Atlanta Braves. I wanted to give love today to some 1990s oddball and food issue sets. These cards don't get a lot of love. They're cheap, they're readily available, and let's be frank, quite often they're not very good cards. The pictures on them aren't very good. The card designs aren't very interesting. So we just kind of overlook those cards. But there are some out there that are kind of neat. And I've got one I'm going to highlight today. But back in the 90s, this really when the food issue and the oddball card market, if you will, exploded. So I took a look at a trading card database, and in 1993 alone, there were 31 regular major issue sets, which is a lot. Food issues, there were 29. So you can, and then on the oddball side, which is pretty much everything else, there were an astounding 90 sets available that you could collect. So I mean that's just crazy, and it was, and here's a couple of them here. You know, they all came in sometimes they came in some decent packages, right? A U.S. playing card came in this, standard playing card box, but it's got your 52 cards and pictures on each of those cards of your players. You can kind of see a little bit over here on the back what those cards look like. So. Tombstone from a food issue, nice little box. You probably had to send in some, I don't know, UPC or whatever. You get this little box of 30 cards, and the thing about these sets that were available in the 90s, they all have the same kind of players on them, right? They all have the same 2 dozen or 3 dozen famous players, all-star players on there. Like for example, the Tombstone 1995, you get Frank Thomas, you get your Greg Maddux and Griffey Jr., Tony Gwynn, Ripken Jr., those guys, they're all on there, right? So it really became just a crazy time, and frankly, that's about the time when I dropped out of collecting baseball cards on a regular basis. It just got too much for me. I couldn't handle it. So I just kind of dropped out. But there's one set in particular that I picked up along in that time period that I really, really enjoy. And this set is not expensive at all. Like all of these sets are not expensive. All these sets, these food issue and these oddball sets, are all pretty cheap. But the one I have here is the 1992 Score Procter and Gamble set that commemorates the 1992 All-Star Game in San Diego. Now, if you've been paying attention, and I know you have, generally speaking, I gravitate toward cards that have a much simpler design. For example, the 1974 set is one of my favorite sets of all time. Nice, simple design, clean card, clean looking front. The larger picture on there that's not encumbered by anything coming across it or any distracting graphics or anything like that. On the flip side, and this may shock many of you, I am not a fan of the 72 set. Just too much going on that card. So I just never have liked it. Never have liked that design. So, but this card here, as you can see, this set here is along the lines of something that's a bit more, we'll call it a complicated design, right? Than what I typically like. But something about this card, this card design, I just love. And I'm going to show you a few cards. Now you can get this set here on eBay, $10 delivered, right? So it's super cheap. 18 cards. Again, it's got all your star players in this set. It's got 9 from the American League, and it's got 9 from the National League. The American League roster in this set is is Sandy Alomar, Mark McGuire, Roberto Alomar, Boggs, Ripken Jr., Puckett, Griffey Jr., Canseco, and Kevin Brown. And on the National League, you have Benito Santiago, McGriff, Sandberg, Pendleton, Ozzie Smith, Barry Bonds, Tony Gwynn, Andy Van Slyke, and Tom Glavine. So again, no surprise on the card list for here, but super nice cards. Here's some out of the package there. So you can see in the American League, and look at the design of that card. It's just something about it again, with the 3D look with the star overlaying on the back and the player overlaying on top of everything. It just makes that player just jump out on this card. And you can see they got the All-Star Game logo in the bottom left-hand corner there. Just a cool looking card. And on the back, it's got the player's stats all the way through 1991, so that's nice. Now the interesting thing about these cards here is they came out after the 1992 All-Star Game. There's a Kirby Puckett for you. So the text on the back talks a little bit about the player's performance in the first half of 1992. Even though there's no stats on the back, obviously, for 1992. So that's interesting. Now you notice on this American League portion of the set, you've got the pink and purple background and the blue star, which are just, the colors seem to complement each other pretty well. And again, the player just overlaid on top of that. Just a super cool looking card. National League is a different color. So you've got the green in the back and the red star and the player on top of that. My man Ozzie Smith. And all these shots are all action shots, if you will. There's no headshots, no profiles, nothing like that. All nice action shots. Tony Gwynn. So when you're out there looking for cards, don't forget about these 1990 sets. And we all talk about collecting what you like. Right? We all have player runs, things of that nature. Keep an eye out for some of these cheaper, long forgotten cards that are in common bins, and you might find some hidden gems for yourselves. All right, have a great day.